So in Philadelphia, a gunman has shot two cops and several civilians. He left a note that said he hated police and a certain probation officer in particular. It is very interesting to me how people refuse to look at the root cause. Instead, they want to further the elite's agenda and take the guns. Absolute stupidity. There is no logical case to be made for taking away your constitutional rights and your ability to defend yourself from criminals and corrupt cops because of a few random shootings. And why do we ignore the obvious? Police corruption is ubiquitous. This endemic corruption, this systemic corruption. You think it's a coincidence that he said how much he hates police and a particular probation officer? I know firsthand that cops abuse their authority. Not too long ago, I was pulled over after a Porsche passed me, going 48, and they said I was going 78. Police harassment is at an all-time high. There's government harassment. There's something known as gang stalking, which just means groups of people stalking an individual. The police do nothing about it, and more often than not, they are part of it. This is what happens when corrupt cops harass, abuse, sabotage, stalk, and provoke innocent people. But no one is going to hold them accountable, are they? Even though it's in the news with the Black Lives Matter and the innocent black people being gunned down by corrupt cops. No one is going to hold them accountable. Not in the slightest. It is horrible hypocrisy because if a gang member, for example, was to be found responsible for being part of the reason a shooting took place, they would also be charged. That's how it is in California. But even a child who reads this article or learns about this in the news would quickly come to the conclusion that this guy's motive was a bunch of cops abusing their authority, the political abuse of law enforcement, which almost always goes along with the political abuse of psychiatry. I am the top martial artist in California, and I have a $3,000 challenge that has other martial artists hiding like bitches. Because I am a black, uncontrolled political dissident, I am harassed by police, mental health, the FBI, the military, and more. I have 11 witnesses to this harassment, and they are even covertly drugging me while they provoke me. I have interviews with dozens of other people who either are witnesses to what they're doing to me or they have gone through something similar. This is way out of hand. Police are creating an extremely dangerous and volatile situation. All you white racists who like to stick up for them because you don't like black people, they're going to take away your gun rights too. It's funny how a lot of you are gun-loving Republicans, but you don't make the connection. The police and the secret societies, especially the Freemasons, are way out of control. There are Freemasons bragging about how they collaborate with cops and have their own little patch in every police department in America. Their own specific patch for that police department. Bragging. about how they use law enforcement and mental health to persecute the political opposition. And nothing is done about it. Every organization in America, gang and otherwise, has been infiltrated except for secret societies like the Freemasons. When's the last time the police did a sting on these pedophiles, a sting on these drug-pushing ninnies? No, they would rather drug me and harass me for being outspoken and having 3,000 videos on YouTube and having a $3,000 top martial artist challenge where I give people 25 to show and nothing if they lose, that I've had for almost 3 years. They rather suppress my greatness and persecute me. By the way, if you want to accept, feel free to comment. Serious challengers only. They would rather harass me, prank call me, sabotage me, than do their jobs. Internal affairs is pathetic at best. A bunch of Freemasons that don't investigate other pigs. You ever wonder how these cops are able to find each other and have these little corrupt rings? Because they were corrupt scum in secret societies before they became cops. They knew of each other in secret societies before they became pigs. That's how the Rampart Division, the Code of Silence, the Blue Code of Silence, that's how it all comes to be. Why do you think it's called a Code of Silence? Secret societies, secret oaths, secret activities. And they're absolutely concerned with law and politics. That's why so many of them have been presidents. Like Truman, who started the CIA. Like Roosevelt, the president during World War II, most of it. Even Abraham Lincoln said he did not want to become a Mason before becoming president because people would say that's the only reason he became the president. So on record, they use their network to get people to where they want to be and to sabotage people such as myself who are critical of them, psychiatry, and their eugenics. By the way, Francis Galton was a Mason in good standing, on record, look it up. And he coined the term eugenics. These are social planning scum. And they're killing children with their psych drugs. 500,000 people die from psychiatric medications in Western countries alone every single year. These are mass murdering control freaks who are willing to kill millions of people just to maintain their money. And never forget, for every mass murdering control freak heterosexual male, there's a sick, gold-digging, succubi, Eastern Star type of whore that is willing to suck their dick, perform sexual acts with them and on a goat, and turn a blind eye while they rape and murder children. Never forget that. The modern woman is an abomination. Return to Christ. Turn to Christ. Stop being gold-digging whores. Read Matthew 19, 23, and 24. Stop kissing ass to a bunch of camels trying to go through the eye of a needle. Stop being gold-digging whores. Stop telling good men things like, oh, you can't afford me. He's a scrub. Stop being materialistic. You would have told Jesus and the 12 disciples the same thing. Stop being evil. Stop being attached to the material world. Stop being worldly. Stop helping these Masonic dogs who are more often than not the corrupt pigs that shoot innocent people because they feel comfortable. Like, oh, I have my Masonic network looking out for me. It goes all the way to the White House. You know, I'll kill anyone I want. That is the attitude police have. They say, I am a Freemason and I can provoke and kill anyone I want. That is the problem.